Surprise, surprise.
Surprise, we're here.
And you're here too. Welcome, everyone.
Oh, wow, look at that.
Wow, they're in the chat already. Chatty.
It's going crazy.
It's good.
here.
It's Chatty Sunday. So good to see all of you here. Welcome.
Our
Welcome.
theme is Sacred Season of Awakening because today we're celebrating, it's like a triple whammy.
Trifecta.
It's a trifecta. We're celebrating three things. One, today is what?
Easter.
Easter. It's also the last day of Passover.
Yes.
And 2 days from now, on Tuesday, the 22nd, it's officially Earth Day.
Earth Day.
Yeah, I know you love celebrating the Earth Day.
Oh my gosh, I'm all about it. I love Earth Day. Love it.
So let's see how good we are this morning at juggling all three of those and addressing them, finding the way they overlap. Because I think there are a lot of messages here that we can apply to our lives. Yeah. So we're going to do it.
I came up with some too in my drumming session this morning. Yeah, I was asking, what needs to be resurrected within you? What needs to come to life inside of you? What is lying dormant that needs to awaken?
That's pretty tasty. Hey, let's and you're doing that every day. Is it on Facebook that you do that?
It is. It's on Facebook every day.
And which is one of the places where this live stream is going on Pooki's personal profile on Facebook. Before we get too far ahead of ourselves, let's crank up our theme song because it is time to wake up. Here we go. Whoops, let me crank up the volume on this, and away we go.
Oh, when I wake up in the morning, I feel so grateful. When I wake up in the morning, I feel so alive. When I wake up in the morning, I feel the spirit. Oh, when I wake up in the morning, I'm here to thrive.
Sing it.
So I wake up every day. Wake up, this is what I say. Wake up, I am so free. Wake up, and I'm free to be me. I'm free to be me.
Yeah.
Free to be me, and you're free to be you. So good. Like having that freedom, like
Ooh, freedom
Yeah,
is part of
just-
our theme. One of our themes.
freedom, being liberated within ourselves to be who we are in the world, to walk in a beautiful way, to express ourselves fully. Yeah. So free to be me. You're free to be you.
Well, you know how
beautiful.
in churches traditionally, like people that aren't normal churchgoers, they show up on, like Christmas, I don't know, Mass or whatever, but Easter's like one of those big ones where everybody comes out of the woodwork.
Right.
You seem to have a more active chat than usual here. I don't know if that's an Easter thing or what, but but we got, just acknowledge some of the folks here. We'll be coming back to you. But of course, Lisa Shepard is here, Deanne, Jessica, Jacqueline, Crystal, Cherie, Tracy, Adele. Actually, those last two names we know are over in Europe.
Yeah, over in Europe, yeah.
Australia. Sandra is here, and Jacqueline. I think I might have mentioned her earlier. Oh, May Appleby is
From
here. as
Arizona.
May. Oh, that's so cool.
Welcome, May.
Yeah, continue putting in there where you're watching from. If your first time, let us know. Anna is here and Evelyn. So great to see you all here. You want to get us all centered here on
Absolutely.
this sacred season of awakening. And Stacy is here as well. I
Wonderful.
wonder, are we going to see you later today, Stacy? We're planning on going.
All right.
I'm wondering, where are they going? Oh, it's a secret.
Well, it's Easter. You go to church.
I know. With this, yeah. All right.
Church is wherever you are.
For some people, they describe this as their church. We've never used those words, but if you use this weekly get together, we're good with that.
So, we are the church. We walk the earth carrying love and compassion deep in our hearts.
We walk this earth. We are the church. So you are always in church. You are always with the divine. You are always in the presence of the infinite universe, of the creative power that brought together all of these cells within your body. Oh my goodness, look at this magnificent divine design. Divine design, made perfectly and beautifully in the image of Creator. This divine design. You are the church. You don't need to go anywhere. There's no building that holds God within it. There's only our being that makes a place in which the Spirit can live and breathe and have its being as you. You are the church. You carry infinite freedom and liberation within every cell of your body. You carry infinite wisdom, healing, magnificence, miraculousness inside of your body and outside of it too. Who you are transcends your skin, this physical form, and radiates out in an energetic field, a frequency of love, compassion, healing. And that frequency can be felt wherever you go, wherever you go. The church that you are can activate healing into the world, just by being present and connecting to your heart in a sacred way. So today, as we acknowledge that we are the church and that there's nowhere that we need to go in order to experience the divine, to experience awakening, to experience our perfection. There's no place that we need to go. It's all right here. It's inside of us, right here. We're the temple of the Spirit of the living God. We are the church, held right here within us. Let us remember. Remember who we are. We don't have to go anywhere. It's all right here. It's all right here. Yes. And we can gather with others in spaces and acknowledge our own sacred divinity one to another. And many will be doing that today. They'll be gathering in these holy spaces that are designed for spirit to gather, for all of us to come together. And we will gather today with others who also are the temple of the living God. And so I just want you to anchor that in for just a minute. Let's just have that experience of being the church right now. Take a deep breath in. What does that feel like? What does that feel like, knowing that you're the temple, the holy place? You are the temple, the sacred space in which the universe expresses itself into the world. And let's just feel into our divine sacred essence, knowing that everything that we need has already been given to us. It's already been given. And when we come to know and we understand that, there is an immense freedom that happens within us. We are free to go and be anywhere because we are the church. We're the church. Just feel into that today. Feel into your own divinity, to your own dynamic expression of love and light and good, all the good things in the world. Whoa! And then bring our hands together. And we just bow to the spirit of divine love that lives within each one of us. And so it is, as it has always been. Now. Wow, what a beautiful remembering. You know? It's perfect. It's perfect. All right, babe.
Should we do a
Let's
song
just
about
move. Just move in that direction. So here's a song. I am remembering who I am, why I came, why I'm here. I am love. I am remembering who I am, why I came, why I'm here. I am love. 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 You are remembering who you are, why you came, why you're here. You are love. You are remembering who you are, why you came, why you're here. You are love. 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 We are remembering who we are, why we came, why we're here. We are love. We are remembering who we are, why we came, why we're here. We are love. 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 I am remembering who I am, why I came, why I'm here. I am why you're here. You are love. We 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 are love. Yes, we are. We're love.
That was nice.
I just want to bring into this moment right now the person, the being that assisted in that song coming through me, and that was my brother. And he just had a birthday, a heavenly birthday this last week. So if there's anybody that you lost in the field, and of course there are many that are standing with us on the other side, I'm feeling you, Tracy. My Tracy love. So many. Just bring their faces into your mind right now. And just in that remembering of the love that they were. Maybe they didn't know that they were the love. Maybe they just didn't know. But that's okay, because they know now. They know now. And so we celebrate them. Your mama, Bob.
Mm-hmm.
We celebrate your papa. My papa. Oh, we are love. You are love. I am love. And they are love. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to say thank you to Tiffany. She's carried that song all over the earth. She sung it in the temples of Isis. All over the earth. On the waters. She sang to the waters. And so I just want to honor her and her travels. And I want you to know that the songs that we create are given to us by Spirit, and they're meant to activate more love and compassion and healing in the world. And so please share our music. You can find it on Spotify, where you can listen to all of our songs. And Bob and Pooki, you can find us, and just share these songs because they bring healing. I know they bring healing to me. So thank you, everyone. Thank you.
So we have a choice here. Is there anything you want to mention, or I can do some photos? Which would you rather do here?
Well, let's go ahead and we'll just move the energy. So like it's how we like turn a page in a book,
Mm-hmm.
So we'll just move the energy now, and thank you for being in this space with me as we honor our beloveds, especially at this time of resurrection, because they've all resurrected as well. So thank you. So now we're going to share some of our journeys that we've had this week and some of the things that are alive within us. And I don't know what these photos are, but I have a feeling it's some of the activities that we've done.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you're interested.
So we're just trying to get out and
Meet new people.
meet new people. So we've been going to what we're typically called business.
Find a friend. I call them
net-
find a friend
yeah.
meetings.
Yeah, I don't like the word like networking events. That just sounds too. But we're approaching it differently. But we're meeting some really cool people here in the St. Louis area. Because we've been so focused on reaching a global audience that we've kind of gotten away from getting out and meeting. We have our established circles, but we're just trying to get out and meet some new folks, especially people who are actively doing cool stuff in the world.
Oh yeah, and there's a lot of them.
Yeah.
Way cool things.
So we went to 2 events, one on Wednesday and one on Thursday. We're just showing a few photos. I mean, you might not know these people, but I just feel like sharing that you know what we're
I
up
might
to.
not know these people.
Yeah. But this is some stuff we do off of the internet. IRL, as the kids say, in real life. So here's one right here. So this was an event we went to on Wednesday. That's our friend Cynthia.
I love Cynthia Correll. She's so colorful. Look at her.
She's actually the head of the council or whatever at the Center for Spiritual
Leadership
Living.
Council. Yeah, she's the president.
And then she's also involved in these business, the different meetings.
She's been highly active in the business scene for a long time.
Yeah, and she has a book out on about creativity, and so she's a good friend and very supportive of what we're up to. See, here's another one. There's just a photo of me with some friends. There's our friend Bill on the left there, and some other folks we met. And I'm going to come back to this woman Karen there because she took a photo of us that I'm going to show. She takes this with her iPhone. So just hold that thought with Karen in the blue there. Took a photo that I'm going to show you later. There's some folks that we met, and then here we go, some other people there.
Bob's having fun.
I know. And the guy in the red there, he does these quarterly. It's called Networkathon or something here in St. Louis. And
He's been doing it for I think 10 years now. It's his
like
anniversary.
200 people show up for these things. We're going to go.
We're going to go get in that.
We're going to go to our first one.
Yeah.
In a couple of weeks. So anyway, just. And then that was Wednesday. On Thursday, we went to a Women Empowering Women chapter meeting that my friend Amy is the leader of that chapter, and I was the only dude in the room. They allow men to come. They're not.
Look at his head just sticking up out there.
I was definitely going to be in the back, not only because I'm tall, but I didn't want to stand out.
It was all good.
Yeah.
I was just trying to see if I could see the camera. You can see my little head peeking out there.
But there's a lot of amazing women, and they're just doing all kinds of stuff.
Oh my gosh, these women are powerhouses. I mean, it's good. It's good to get into a place where, there's a little bit of intimidation, like what these women are creating. And so really powerful. Some of them have extremely beautiful visions of how they can bring healing to the community, with some of their initiatives and their nonprofits. Some of them are straight up strong businesswomen, man. They're all about it. And they really bring a lot. And I never met any of these women before. In fact, even Amy, the person that's in the white jeans in the front, she's the facilitator of this particular group. I'd never met her before either, but she had been following Bob's affirmations, and she didn't even know that he lived in St. Louis. So he was very well received, and
so were you, because she had seen your videos or Facebook page or something, so she knew who you were, but never had met you. So.
Yeah, so it was good. So it's great, get out and meet other women. Get out and make new friends.
And then this one more. Yeah, when we first got there, that's Amy, who we're just talking about. Actually, it's Amy's birthday today.
Oh, happy birthday, Amy!
Yeah, and on Easter, and then Darlene, somebody I've known for a few years, and so she's pretty cool. And so there, I've got so here's the photo I was talking about. The woman in the blue earlier, Karen took this photo, and I don't think you've seen this yet, but check this out. Isn't that good?
Oh yeah, babe. We look great.
Yeah, it looks great. And at first, I thought maybe she squeezed it in because I look thinner.
No wonder you like this.
I know I like this one a lot, but I don't think I don't know. I can't tell.
Oh, who cares?
Yeah. Hey, because I don't. Yeah.
Whatever works for you, babe.
I like the way this one worked out. But she uses her iPhone to get those blurry background.
Well, these iPhones are crazy right
now.
Yeah, they're making all kinds of stuff on them. Like they're like $10,000.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous. It's a brand new car. Well, not really. Those are like $80,000.
Yeah.
What's going on in the world?
So we may have to use that in a thumbnail coming up.
You're so funny.
But yeah, Karen took that photo. So thank you. And then one more thing I'm gonna share. So there's this kind of meme thing that's been going around. I don't know where it started, but you can. People are basically taking their image or turning themselves into an action figure or a doll or whatever. And I saw it a bunch of times, different, people creating theirs, and I just thought
Oh
I would
my
go ahead and
goodness.
use AI to create my own. So I put in some information about what I wanted it to say. So
No
here's
way.
my action figure.
Oh my gosh.
It's
Look at you.
it didn't work off of a photo of me, so I had to describe what I look like and what I wanted it to say.
I love how you see yourself.
And I said I wear Hawaiian shirts all the
All
time.
the time.
And this is what it creates. Inspirational Bob action figure.
I like your jointed
Yeah,
elbows.
it looks just like me, right? Super Bob, as Lisa
Super Bob.
Yeah.
Actually, that's what you're going to look like in the future. How's that?
It's so funny. I'm getting better looking.
That's so funny. I've never done that where, I've given I know it came out a long time ago where people were like, you had to take like 10 photographs of your face this way, that way. And I never did it.
Oh, you get your AI
Yeah.
versions
Your,
of
your AI. I
or
see
your
a lot of
avatar.
them, people using them as profile pics and stuff like that. I like the natural me. I
That's
like
right.
all the things, all the wrinkles, all the freckles, all the things,
So
all the things.
we're going to check in some comments now. And if you haven't yet, let us know where you're watching from. And especially if it's your first time catching a live stream, let us know, even though we've been doing this for 4.5 years now.
Can you believe it?
Wow. We started in first Sunday in January of 2021.
I know, when everything was so crazy.
Yep. So we're just
Not that it's not crazy now.
let's just highlight some things here.
Okay, let's do it.
Tracy's our friend from Dublin says, that's brilliant, Superman.
Superman. Oh, where does that come up, Bob? You were identified as Superman in the past.
Oh, that's right. We did a
That's
program where I was,
His avatar.
and it was actually Clark Kent hiding as Superman. Clark Kent was kind of understated. He was a journalist, which I'm a writer, an author.
Yeah.
But underneath he had this Superman cape and
He had these magic powers.
I was gonna let it out. Oh, my mouse is getting low on. Okay.
Well, let's hope it doesn't go
we'll make
out.
it through.
Yeah, we will.
I like the natural you too, Pookie.
I know, right?
Deanne says, I love it. Thank you, Jacqueline. It's Super Bob. Yeah, she probably. Oh, yeah. I think there's a portrait mode in there. Maybe they can get that effect.
Hey, and then we were shown some sort of thing to do when we were at a birthday party, and I forgot what that is.
Yeah. Well, I think it was portrait mode. But,
All right.
But it usually works at a certain distance. Like if you're too close, it doesn't have the. I don't know. We'll figure it out. What a great friend finder experience. I want to go, Cherie says.
Right? Friend Finder.
Yeah, it's not a networking event. It's a friend finder.
I'd like that better. Friend Finder Fridays.
Yeah, friend finder Fridays. First Fridays. Get all the F's in there.
Mm-hmm.
Michelle says, happy Sunday, High Vibers. Happy Easter to you as well. Let's see here. Eileen Smoke sends much love. Peace
Hello, Eileen.
from the Pacific Northwest. Let's see here. I'm going back to when we played the song. Crystal said, I have a feeling my mom would have loved that song. Her heavenly birthday was in March. She would have been 97. Wow.
Beautiful. Thank you, Crystal.
And Tracy says, thank you, Pookie, with all my love.
Yeah, Tracy, love so much.
Wow. And then Cherie said, love the song. My late husband passed away 16 years ago today, on April 20th, and he was all about love.
We send you so much love, Cherie.
And sorry to hear this, Jennifer. She said she was accidentally watching last week's replay until she realized, oh, wait, this is not today's. So I'm glad you figured that out. It came over here and joined us.
I wonder how many times that does happen for people.
Oh, my gosh. And I know we're going in reverse order here, but we're talking about the song we played just a little while ago. That song resonates so deeply. It honors my loves so beautifully.
Yes, Deanne.
And
Sending love to Casey.
Holly Ann says, beautiful song. Feels great to celebrate with you all. Adele thought it was a beautiful song, so thank you so much. Oh, our Florida friends, Joanna, popped in there with an
Hi, Joanna. I miss you.
I know.
I miss you so much. I just want to come and see you.
It's been exactly a year now since we were there.
Oh, it feels like it.
I know. It's been a year. Some of the people in the chat were in Florida with us.
They
for our-
were.
our
I know
mini-
some of those memories are coming up.
High Vibe Tribe mini retreat.
Mm-hmm.
Tracy said, "Oh my God, thank you for singing this beautiful song that my late sis and daughter was remembered now. My late dad. They're all
Yeah.
now together. Missing them today."
I know you are, honey. I know you are.
And you mentioned Tiffany. Having spread this song around.
Yes, thank you, Tiffany, for that. Yeah,
The church is
absolutely.
here. Everyone carries the church within.
It's so true. We are the church, people.
And that
We are the church,
Amber
Amber.
said, "Wow, Pookie's so beautiful."
Mm-hmm.
We may have been. That may be going back to the to your invocation there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah, and the invocation was, in case you missed it, it was that we are the church, that the church is us, that we are the temple of God. You know, we create these buildings for the church to gather, but it's not the church. We're the church. We gather in a building. Our presence makes it a church. Without us, it's just an empty building. God doesn't live in there. God lives inside of us. So that's what I was sharing with my invocation.
And Carmen says, "Happy Easter. Have a great new day."
Oh, thank you, Carmen.
And Crystal, go ahead and pop in your comment now with your countdown, because I'm just giving you a heads up so we can see it in there before I cue it up.
Oh, I love that Casey got that message. Yeah. Love you, Casey.
Casey says he feels in touch with you right now.
Mm-hmm.
Lisa
Yeah.
is
He lost his brother not too long ago, last month.
sending love to all who are missing someone this morning.
Mm-hmm. And that's all of us, you know. That really is all of us. It's good to bring them back into our hearts, you know. Sometimes they never leave. Sometimes we just, like I know with Tracy, they never leave her heart, ever,
Oh, for sure.
you know.
All right. So for those of you, whether you're celebrating the memory of a loved one, you're celebrating just being here, we're celebrating being together on Easter. Today
We're
we're
celebrating that you are the church.
That's right. We're celebrating that. So like Crystal says right there.
You ready?
Oops. Okay. I just hit the wrong one. Here we go. Let me try this again. Here we go. We're going to cue Studio B. We're going to switch to our other camera. We have a group of people next door. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and...
All those crazy, wild, happy people. Right?
That's actually a group at my last improv show. It's in a basement, or it's a coffee shop. It's in a basement of a Lutheran church. Speaking of churches, right here near our house.
It's only a church if you're in it.
And for those of you, anyone here is in St. Louis, and not many are, I'm doing actually a live workshop on May 16th. It's Friday midday. So if you're in St. Louis, yep.
Reach out to Bob.
Called the Impact Formula: 6 steps to grow an audience, make a difference, and leave a legacy. And I'll be in that room. I don't think they'll meet. Well, yeah, they'll be half of that size. Anyway, it's a long story, but most of you are not in St. Louis, and you wouldn't be there live.
Yeah.
But
Not relevant.
But there's a Zoom version that I'm doing. I'll tell you about later. We've already talked enough here now.
Okay.
So I'll come back to that.
All right.
So now let's segue into our main topic today, with the sacred seasoning of awakening. No, the sacred season, I should say, of awakening.
Well, that really falls in like right with spring, right? Because it's the season of awakening. Like the trees are awakening, the grass, the birds, all the things, right? We can feel like the earth is coming back to life, right? There's a rebirth that's happening in our earth right now. She's come out of in the north. I say in the northern hemisphere because there are other areas on our planet where they're experiencing the opposite, right? But in the northern hemisphere, we're experiencing the rebirth. In the southern hemisphere, they're experiencing the going to sleep, right? And so in the rebirth, we're coming forward. So life is springing in all around us, right? We can see it. We can see the daffodils and the dandelions and all the little crocus and all the forsythia, all the first signs of spring that come in. So there's a rebirth that's happening, a resurrection that's happening with the earth. It is restoring itself and coming forth in its most magnificent, potent power.
I like to pose a question to our audience here and ask you to comment on this, and then we're going to answer this as well. So today we stand at the intersection of three sacred celebrations. One is Easter, with its promise of resurrection and new life, Pooki was just speaking to. Passover, today's the final day of Passover this year, a story of liberation and freedom from what holds us captive, metaphorically. And then there's Earth Day, a call to honor and protect this beautiful planet we all share. So what connects them? What is the overlap? I'd love to know your thoughts. We're definitely going to be talking a bit about this, but I want to hear what's on your mind too. This shouldn't be just a one-sided conversation, right? So yeah, cool.
Oh no, we love it when you contribute in the chat and because it's not just us here, dispensing whatever advice or love or good feelings. It really is a community here that's gathered, and you have a voice, and we would love to hear it. So feel free at any time to post anything in the chat or ask questions or any of that. It all matters. It's important, and we want you to participate.
Like Kathy says, freedom connects us all, or connects all. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's very cool. Yeah, I love this. And so, again, we're going to be viewing these not necessarily through a biblical specific lens, but metaphorically, figuratively. Yeah, so Passover, of course, is when the Israelites were freed from slavery. And then they, I guess that's when Moses led them. Was it 40 years they spent in the desert, I guess, or whatever, that whole story, and then it goes on to the 10 Commandments, burning bush, all that stuff. But we're talking about freedom. So where in your life are you being held back, and probably self-imposed? I mean, you might think other people are keeping you down, but quite often we are keeping ourselves enslaved to something that maybe doesn't serve us, Mm-hmm. So where can you break free and create some freedom in your life and a new beginning, a new chapter? So for the Israelites, they had spent these however many decades in slavery and bondage, and then there's this new chapter of freedom. Of course, and searching for the promised land, right?
Right.
So how does that reflect in your life? And how that definitely ties into the resurrection, resurrecting to a new, doing, not necessarily dying but your old life fading away. It's time to be reborn again with a new
vision.
Yeah.
Right. A new activation. And so as we're, what is it too that you need to be liberated from? And, we talk about the promised land and how it was something that they were seeking, but it's just like the temple. The promised land is inside of you.
Right.
It's in here. Right. So the only thing that we have to become liberated by is our thoughts, the thoughts that we have that keep us in captivity. Right. A lot of this we impose upon ourselves. We actually are so much more powerful than we even give ourselves credit for, and so where the promised land is already inside of you. It's not something that you have to seek that's out here. It's like you have to liberate yourself. You have to free yourself first from all of those thoughts, anything that would limit you, that would stop you from moving forward. And once you get liberated from that, you can move then into the promised land, into understanding deeper the experience of the promised land within you, And so that's how I see that particular sacred expression of Passover.
And then the question here, what old stories, patterns like fear, shame, comparison, are you ready to break free from? And actually, Deanne here just was very, very honest here. She says, I hold myself back by talking myself out of things. but I have been pushing myself outside of my comfort zone, and it's been very liberating.
Yes.
Ooh, that's great.
It's so good. Like when you do the things that you're resisting, once you do them, there's so much liberation there. Pushing yourself outside of realize that if you're a captive, you're the captor. You're the one that's keeping you captive.
Right.
Right. And so when you realize that, like, there's no outside force that's keeping you down. Sure, we can look outside at the world and point to things and say, oh, this happened. But you know what that makes you? That makes you a victim to that. That's not free. You're now a victim to that. So realize that if you're in captivity, if you feel like you're being held back, it's you that's doing it. And you just need to get rid of those thoughts. That's why affirmations are so important and so powerful. And they work. If you do it, you move those thoughts out. And so you liberate yourself so that you can experience the promised land that you've already been given. It's already here.
It's the land that you promise yourself.
Yes.
You know,
It's what you promised yourself. It's not out there. It's not a destination. It's already here. I love this. I love this conversation, babe.
and if you're thinking of your limiting thoughts as the captor or whatever, the thing that's keeping you in bondage, that I guess the thing that one knee-jerk reaction to that is, I'm going to rise up and, against and you can do that. I mean, whatever works for you, but sometimes, I don't know, I think that can cause some internal conflict. So you can be more gentle when you realize it's you that's holding you back. There is a gentle approach where you acknowledge the limiting thought, you acknowledge the limiting belief, but you get on friendly terms with it, because that voice, there's going to be some aspect of that voice that's always there.
Yeah, it never goes away.
It's just how much control do you give over it? Do you give it the microphone, the megaphone? Do you give it the platform to rule your life? Or do you diminish its role in your life?
Well, you're the authority,
Yeah.
right? Some people don't like that word, like authority. Oh, it sounds, whatever. But you are the authority, and you take authority, right? You're not a victim unless you choose to be. And when you choose to be a victim, you're using your authority to be a victim. Right? If you choose to be captive, if you choose to be held back by your limiting thoughts, then you're choosing to be held back. You're choosing to be captive. Right? So understand, it's not out here that's holding you back. It's inside of you. It's what's going on inside of you that is keeping you small. So yeah. All right, are we moving to the next one?
Well, then we're kind of blending them all but that's, Passover. So with Easter, let's reflect on what wants to be resurrected in your life.
Born again.
Is it hope? Is it joy? Is it creativity? Is there some urge that you haven't been allowing yourself to scratch and explore and play with?
Right?
And the way it turns into Earth Day, again, it's spring, like Pooki mentioned, in the Northern Hemisphere. Use the time for a spiritual and personal spring cleaning of the soul, making space for new beginnings. And as it ties into Easter, you have to let some things go or die. If you don't, whatever term you want to use, you want to have them diminished so that something new can be resurrected and reborn and into your life. What is that thing?
Yeah. So, the resurrecting. So that to resurrect means that it once was living and now it's no longer expressing life. So what is it within you that was once living fully in your body, that you were so excited about, that is no longer you are breathing life into? What needs to be resurrected within you? What passion have you set down? What is it? There's something that can be reborn, rebirthed into this moment. You can call it forth.
Put that in the chat, because and thank you for sharing the things that are holding you back and being very vulnerable and transparent about that. Let's shift now. what is seeking to emerge through and as you? What's that new version of you that's
Yeah.
coming through? I want to know, what's your dream? What's your vision? Put
What
that
have you
in there.
been,
Yeah.
not giving attention to? What is that thing? You know what it is.
Tell us. So
Tell us what it is.
publicly state it.
Yeah.
You're making it real.
When you publicly put it in the chat, then you do make it real, and it brings energy to it, right? It reveals it. So what is it? What is it within you that is seeking to be born in this moment right now? Maybe it's something that you let go of when you were a child. Maybe it's something that you're denying yourself as an adult. Whatever it is, what is that? Put it in the chat so we can bring energy to it, so that you can begin. This can be the day of resurrecting your whole being and coming into a new state of experiencing yourself in all of your magnificence and power. Like free liberation, like true liberation, like totally being free to be who you are.
And I'll go first. I'll tell you what's kind of on my mind. I'm still in the early stages of this. I'm still playing with it, but there's different. I'm not going to go into all the details, but there's been different chapters of my life. There was my younger years. There was a musician phase where I was kind of the full-time musician. Then I became the local music newspaper journalist guy in my hometown for 10 years back in the 90s. Then there was a 20-year nearly stretch where I was getting books out to me and publishing 16 books and reaching a global audience as the author who was empowering musicians and creative people and so on. Then for the last 8 years, I've been the affirmations guy, right? And each stage, each new resurrection or new rebirth, it builds on what came before, and it's bigger. And my reach, the number of people I'm reaching with positive messages, has just expanded. I'm so blessed. I never take that for granted. But I almost feel like now that I've been doing affirmations for 8 years on YouTube, I'm ready. I feel a new chapter, on the verge of a new chapter, and I don't know exactly, because each of these chapters of my life at the beginning, I did not have clarity on what it was. I had an inkling. I had a feel. I was moved towards something, and I had no clue how it would expand or if it would, but it did. In each of those. So I'm still at that phase of being open. But I think my latest phase, or this is what I'm going to be leaning into. I'm not stopping at affirmations. I'll continue to do that because that's one of the ways I serve humanity. But I'm going to be shifting into speaking and teaching more and more about the things that I have been successful at, which is growing an audience, making a positive impact on the world, leaving a legacy. So you have such a body of work out there that even after you're gone, people will continue to be inspired by what you created. And once you have an audience, you're doing good in the world, it's nice to be able to monetize some of that so you can support yourself and be able to devote more time to that mission, right? So these are the things I'm going to be leaning into and speaking about, in addition to the affirmations and our music and all that good stuff. So that's what I'm doing. So what do you? Yeah, let's see what people are popping in here. Kathy says, getting paid doing stand-up comedy. Oh, yes. Something I've done in the past. Not for many years, but I can definitely relate to that, Kathy. That's awesome. There's nothing better than giving the gift of laughter to people, right? We all influence people in different ways. But that's one. Cherie says, I don't think it's lack of confidence. I always put everyone else first, always helping them.
Well, it's not a lack of confidence.
Yeah.
Sometimes we mistake, like we want to make a difference in the world, and we want to say yes, right? This is a people pleaser, Cherie. I want to say yes to all the people for all the things that they come. But, sometimes that yes, when we're saying yes to something, sometimes we're saying no to ourselves. And we need to be really aware of where we're saying no to ourselves, and that we're not saying no in really important places where we should be saying no and not yes. Because what happens is we actually end up depleting our energy field, and we can't even serve. So you get to the place where you can't serve anybody because you haven't been taking care of yourself. You haven't been serving yourself. So this is like the caregiver's dilemma, right? I want to take care of all these people, but I only have so much me can go around.
Right.
So the most important thing that you do every day is you take care of you. And you make that an absolute commitment to yourself, because by doing that, then you're going to have the energy to take care of the people. You'll be able to say yes in a real good way that honors you. But right now, just, and then you're running yourself ragged. Your health can be affected by it. And then what happens when you can't do it because you're not feeling well enough to do it? Then nobody's getting served. So we have to understand how this works, right? We have to take care of ourselves first. There have been times when I've just totally went into retreat and just shut everything off, because I needed to take care of myself. And maybe it was because I had given so much that I was just like, I can't do this. I have to feed me now,
And I think Cherie might be talking about what that happens to a lot of people, putting other people first in your personal life, like friends, spouses, significant others,
your kids. Like it's
your
really
parents.
hard to say no to your kids.
Yeah,
but learn how to do that.
And then there's another aspect of that is when you're on a mission to do good in the world, and you start getting, putting your name out there to try to reach more people with this message, and you feel like you need to help everyone personally, and that can also be a drain on your system. And so my approach to that is I create a lot of free content. So if you have, so I do this, I guess at scale, you might say, if I'm going to use a business term, where I can help a lot of people just by putting out a lot of content, affirmations, books, blah, 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 on these things. And there are certain people that I'm not able to help people individually, unless it's a coaching arrangement. And I have to pick and choose how that fits into my schedule. So I just can't help anybody on an individual basis. It's just, and so I send them to my free stuff. And so that's one of the benefits of just putting a lot of stuff out into the world. You know? So anyway, Lisa says here, I am stepping forward into new chapters in my own life as my best self, taking the lessons from the past and picking up my blessings along the way. Very cool. I love this from Adele. Art. This week, I'm going to paint some canvases.
There you go.
Because I just happen to know, it's like we know Adele from our High Vibe Tribe, that she is an artist. And sometimes you get away from that passion of yours, and it's time now. Look, it's Sonia Day is here.
Oh, I love Sonia Day. Hi, honey.
From our friend from St. Louis.
How are you doing? Yeah, joy is bursting forth.
Awesome sauce. I know she's another creative one.
She is.
And
infinitely creative.
And Jessica, there's a theme here: creativity and dreaming.
I love that.
That's awesome. That's cool. Anyway, let's see if there are any new ones here.
Jacqueline says she's in the middle of some tremendous changes. I'm sometimes unsure, but continue to let go and know the universe has my back.
Yep. A lot of it is trust.
Pookie. Yeah. Yes. We live in a friendly universe. The universe is friendly. It's friendly. Some people aren't. It's okay. But the universe, don't let unfriendly people define the universe for you. They're just unfriendly people. It's okay. They get to be. The universe is friendly. Don't allow what you're observing in the world to skew how you see the creator, the universe, the infinite, right? Because we live in a very friendly world, right? And there are some people out there that are not friendly. It's okay. They get to be. We get to love them anyway. And, sometimes that's just from a distance. You can't love everybody in up close personal. That's impossible.
So here's your homework, and I don't know if you can put them it puts in the chat, but we want you to do this on your own. Write down 2 things, whether you've already put it in the chat or not. Actually, grab a physical journal or something, whatever your notebook is, your go-to, and write down 1 thing that you're going to release and let go of. It could be a thing, it could be an attitude, it could be a person.
Frame of mind, mindset.
Yeah, what's something you're going to release and let wither away.
I would love it if you put that mindset in there, because I know everybody's got one that's, in your way.
And then, what is the thing that's seeking to emerge through you? What is rising? What is coming forth? and wanting to be birthed into the world, that you're gonna make a priority to at least spend some time on that this week.
I love that. Strongheart says attachment to outcomes.
You're gonna let go of
Let
attachment
go
to
of-
outcomes.
Yeah. Because sometimes we have this idea of how it needs to be. Yeah, and that's an everyday. That's an everyday situation for me. It's just like letting go and letting God, right? Surrendering. Can we surrender our will, what we want? Because what we want is what the ego wants. And there's a higher calling. Sometimes what we want is what spirit wants. But sometimes a lot of the things that we want they're egoic desires, if we really drill down into it. So yeah.
And Deanne's gonna release self-doubt.
Oh, that's a big one. It's a big one.
I'm assuming these things these things I'm highlighting are things you're going to release. So,
Yep, things are gonna release
Eileen's going to
pain.
release pain.
Yeah.
Yes, fill it with
Releasing
love.
pain. What did it come to teach you? Get the lesson. If you've got pain, let's get the lesson now. Ask it. When I have pain in my body, I start talking to the pain. Like, okay, what are you here to teach me? What is it that I need to know? All right, and something will come through. And as soon as I can accept that for myself, the pain will begin to release.
Self-care is paramount now.
Absolutely.
Crystal says definitely mindset for me. Release my self-put-downs.
Yep. Who talks to you the way that you talk to yourself?
Yeah.
If they did, would you even hang out with them? I mean, seriously. If they said the things that you say to yourself right to your face, you would be like, what? So when it's you, it's harder, because it's inside of your mind, and it's actually more vicious.
This is a good one from Jessica. I release living the same day over and over again, and I'm going to start finding my joy.
Oh my goodness.
Like, a lot of us feel like we're stuck in Groundhog Day, right?
Yeah, like, oh my gosh. And then you feel like you're not getting anywhere.
Yep.
Now,
it's an interesting thing. I know I've heard Tony Robbins talk about this thing about certainty and uncertainty and the balance of that. If you have too much of one, if you have too much certainty, like consistency, it could get boring, right? You get stagnant. But if every day was different and you didn't know, then it would be upsetting because you'd always be living in, I don't know.
a new moment.
Yeah, so there's certainly certain aspects where I know what to expect every day. I know my computer's going to work. I know, I have a sort of a weekly routine that I get things out into the world. And so some of that is healthy, but too much of it. So make sure that you're always adding something new, something to mix things up, right? Mm-hmm. And finding your joy. Yeah. So Jessica, have you put in there? I think maybe you did earlier. What brings you joy? So we're talking about finding my joy, but when you find it, what is it? Put some examples of what brings you joy.
What makes you really happy? What do you love?
Instead of a generic sort of idea, give me some specifics. I find joy when I do this, or when I'm with this person, or when I'm in this environment, or I go here, Mm-hmm. And then sometimes joy pops up when you least expect it,
I love that.
Yeah.
Those are joy bombs.
So maybe be open to, I'm open and receptive to joy in my life now.
Mm-hmm. Going And then start feeling it.
Yeah, awesome.
Start looking for things that make you joyful.
Yeah,
Right.
Tracy says she's going to release not letting our judgment attack me, giving myself the time I deserve. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
judgment is a thing. It's a sticky wicket, whether it's against yourself or against others. Those are definitely things that we need to heal.
So Carrie apparently has this idea in her head that I can start things, but I never finish them, right? So, and maybe you have a pattern of doing that. You can acknowledge that. Okay, this is my pattern, but your past does not equal your future or your present. So what I would suggest is, and I don't know what these things are you being maybe too ambitious with them? How can you pick a tiny, let's start with tiny wins. Hey, I'm going to brush my teeth this morning, finish it. Hey, and then celebrate that.
something done.
Yeah. But even on a project, don't you don't have to do the whole project. What's a little portion of this thing that you want to do that you can do and celebrate and say, look, I did it. So
Baby steps.
Start developing a pattern and a history of succeeding at small things, and you wouldn't believe the momentum and the confidence that that builds.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so important. Yeah, just break it down. Make it smaller chunks. How do you eat it? Well, I don't want to say that.
And when it comes to judgment, here is a comparison. I love this phrase. I forgot where it originally came from, but it's don't compare your beginning to someone else's middle.
Or finish line.
Yeah, or don't compare your middle to someone else's ending, because they've been I've been at this for a long time. So you're looking at my numbers and you might be intimidated. Don't do that. I started at 0.
Right. I've been dancing hula all my life.
Yeah.
I meet people all the time and say, I wish I could dance like you. If you got 50 years to dedicate to it, you probably dance better than me. 50 years. You got 50 years? Let's go. But
acknowledge where you are. Give yourself some grace.
absolutely.
Yeah. I'm releasing judging, seeing myself through others' eyes. Yeah. I mean, again, everything is in balance, everything in moderation. Because I do, again, I've been sort of a public figure for many years. And so I'm aware I like to be kind of in tune with how people are viewing me, but I don't let it paralyze me. I love if I'm getting positive feedback, oh, man, these are your affirmations, changed my life or whatever. Okay, I know I'm doing good in the world. And then every now and then you get the person that doesn't like your voice or whatever.
It's okay. Not for everybody.
And at a younger age, I would that would really, that really wounds, that hurt, that stings. But I'm focusing on the people I'm resonating with, And there have been times where feedback will help me, make some tweaks so that I'm serving people better. But I'm not always pivoting based on the latest, opinion that somebody has.
Right.
If it's a preponderance of them, then I'll pay attention to it, and then I have to ask myself: is that something I really want to do?
Right. If one person tells you that you're crazy, it's just one person telling you you're crazy.
They're crazy.
If 10 people, 20 people tell you you're crazy, you might want to ask yourself, am I crazy? Yeah. It's just and everybody has their own experience of you, so you can't change that.
Right.
It's all good. It's all good. And so, releasing that. So,
Cherie says, I'm going to release my feeling of obligation
Yeah.
to physically help everyone.
Yeah, release that, Cherie.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
It should be a choice that you make, not an obligation.
Yeah, and you know what? Here's the thing, because I have this happen all the time. Well, people will come and they'll ask me something. They'll ask me to do something for them. And they're expecting an answer right away. And I always say, oh, thank you so much for the invitation or the request. And now I have to go into counsel with myself to find out if that's what I'm called to do. So this is a way that you can get out of having to answer somebody right away, because that's what they're wanting. They're wanting their answer now. You can give yourself some time. Actually, give yourself some time to go inside and ask yourself, one, do I even want to do that? If that answer is no, then the answer to them is no. Not because do I want to do that or do I not want to do that, but it would be helping them so much. Well, no, because you're not the person to help them. If you don't want to do it, you're not going to do it as well as someone who really does want to help them. So you're getting in the way of them being helped by somebody who really wants to help them and who has the ability to do it in a better way than you do. Right? So don't hang on to this thought of I have to help everybody. I have to say yes to everybody. Give yourself a pause. Say, you know what? And, you don't have to say, I need to go inside of my soul and ask my divine, blah, blah, blah. You don't have to do that. That's what I do. And I'm not making fun of it, but some people wouldn't understand that. But you can just say, you know what? I'm going to need to take a minute to think about that. or I'm going to need to take a
Give me a
minute to
day.
feel into that, and I'll get back with you. But there's no requirement for you to answer a request immediately. Where do we have it in our brains that, oh my gosh, they're going to ask me to do something and I don't want to, or whatever. So they ask you, take a break. I never answer right away. I just need some time to think about that, and I'll get back to you as soon as I know. I'll get back to you.
And Tracy says, I start tonight going to the Sugar Babies concert. I'm going to dance like no one's watching.
Yeah, girl, get some in for me too. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Dance it off, shake it off. Yeah, just get that body moving and grooving. That's another really good thing to do too. Is like just to get your body shaking it. Like if you get something that comes in and it kind of spikes your cortisol, kind of gets you like you're in fight or flight. Man, just start moving. Just start shaking it off. Right? Just let it go. Just release it, because that's what that energy is calling for. It's calling for a release. If you hold on to it, like you just sit there like, then it just goes into all the cells in your body. You don't want that. You don't want that. When things come in, whatever it is, move it. Get that cortisol moving. If you feel that rush coming through your body, like you get news, you get something, right? Move the body. Release it.
Release it. Joe from Philly sends his Easter blessings. Good to have you here, Joe.
Hey, Joe is the church.
Is the church. Amber says, I'm going to let go of anything that is no longer for me and old patterns that are no longer serving me.
Write those things down, Amber.
Yeah, specifically, yeah, you don't have to post them here in the live
No.
chat, but identify for yourself specifically what is the negative belief, what is the negative thought, so you can identify it. And identifying it actually, I think, diminishes its strength.
But it also will bring it to, like, you'll recognize it more when it shows up.
Yeah.
Like when you hear it, because sometimes those voices, they've been talking this blah, 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 so long that it's just like an really under the radar, kind of like a whisper in there. It's not even like really like loud and audible. It's just kind of like, it's like the soundtrack, that's underlying your life, right? And so you have to really pay attention and write it down, because when you write it down and then write the reverse of it. Write down your limiting belief and then write down the reverse of it. And so that way, when that limiting belief comes in, you can go and look on where you wrote it down and you can affirm the truth of it. Because that limiting belief is always a lie. It's always a lie. If it's telling you can't do something, it's lying to you. So what you need to do is get yourself set up for the win. Write down the limiting belief, and then write down the affirmation that you can affirm to yourself when that thought hits your mind. And believe it or not, you will begin to reprogram your brain. Your brain's so smart.
A lot of people talking here about what brings them joy. Adele says, I find joy walking my dogs on the beach.
Oh.
Jennifer says, this program brings me joy.
Yay!
But find other ways in your life that you can have more, because this is only once a week, unless you're watching the replay. But you can do that too. But,
Yeah.
but find things that more.
No, there's like 250 of them.
Yeah.
Pick one.
Sandra says, I find joy sitting outside and feeling the sunshine.
Yes. Connecting with nature.
Bringing happiness to others, being around happy people. Yeah, surround yourself.
Oh my gosh, it's so important.
Unhappy
people will drain your energy.
I find joy with friends and family. And you can have a goal of bringing joy to other people, but you can't really control their response to you. So don't be too attached
if they're not happy
to bringing joy to them.
Yeah.
If they're not feeling it, it's more about them, not about you.
It's always about them.
I find joy in helping others. That's cool. Yeah. Let's see. Love the sunshine. Yes, it all counts. Boy, lots of stuff here. I feel joy exercising at the gym with Sonia. walking my dog in the company of my grandchildren.
Right?
That's
Yeah.
awesome. Yep, Pooki, yes indeed, can bust a move. Lisa has seen it in person. All right, cool. John and I discovered new things and places to explore that bring us joy. Spreading kindness and love in the world brings joy. Looking for things that bring us joy attracts joy.
It
Ooh,
does.
yeah.
It does.
All right, very cool. Wow. Well, I wonder, do we have to move on here?
Yeah, we do.
Do we have another song to do?
We have
We've got
another song. I want
Bob's
to share
comedy.
about what's happening with the women circles.
Yeah. Okay. So let's go. Let's move on to our song.
Okay.
Let's do that right now.
All right. I have some exciting things that are kind of coming through. For me, I'm really always following love and I'm always listening. And sometimes things get active in my world and I just hold them for a moment for more information to come in. I'll be sharing more about that with you in just a minute as soon as we do the song. But this is all about love. Of course it is. Of course.
It's bright outside, but I close the blinds. Stay in my room, locked in my mind. And then one day, I realize it's time to go outside
And let love shine in, embracing my soul from within. Let love shine in, and let my healing begin.
When I get scared, I run and hide. Stay to myself, keep it all inside. And then one day, I see what's true and know just what to do.
And let love shine in, embracing my soul from within. Let love shine in, and let my healing begin. Let love shine in, embracing my soul from within. Let love shine in, and let my healing begin. Let love shine in. Let love shine in. Let love shine in. Let love shine in.
All right, now what we're going to do is split this into two groups. I'm going to go back to singing the original chorus. Pooki is going to sing the part that we just did. So if you're alone, just pick one of them and sing along. If you're with somebody, each of you pick a different part. And we're going to sing this together. Ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Let love shine in, embracing my soul within. Let love shine in, and let my healing begin. Let love shine in, embracing my soul from within. Let love shine in, and let my healing begin.
Let love shine in, embracing my soul from within. Let love shine in, and let my healing begin.
Yeah, baby.
Let my healing begin. Let love shine in. Let love shine in.
Mm-hmm.
All right, is this time now?
Is it what?
This time?
Let's see here. Let me get my.
Is it my time to share this?
I think you can. Yeah. Well,
All
you
right.
go for it.
Okay, here we go. Okay, so I don't know if you've been paying attention on Facebook, but today was my 37th day of drumming with community online in the morning. Spirit called me to do this because so many people are having a difficult time right now. And so I'm called to the medicine of the drum. This is beloved. Dear Skin, been with me for many, many years. She activates a lot of love into the field. The deers are gentle, kind, compassionate, right? They bring a spirit of walking the earth softly and a divine presence. So, I've been talking a lot about drumming, and there was a time when I was hosting classes online and in person of I Am a Woman with the Drum. And now this has all emerged into something even so much greater that all came out of those early listenings that I was hearing, and I was following this voice, but I didn't know where it was going to lead me. And so now I am fully reveling in all that's emerging. What is emerging in my own life, what's being resurrected in my own experience right now. And so this is something that is being resurrected in my life, and it's coming forth in an extremely powerful and beautiful way. So I'm passionate about women gathering around the drum. I think that women have the ability to offer prayers and just to be in a way, you know, because we are the vessels for human life, right? We are the ones that bring spirit from a being from a spirit realm into physical form. And so there's so much beauty that comes with being a woman, and it's so important for women to gather and to gather around the drum. So I have gathered with me. Do you have any of those photos or anything to share?
I don't.
Oh, you don't?
You do.
Okay. All right. So I went and I was at a festival in Hawaii, a Divine Feminine festival, and there were women that were gathered around the drum, and you may have heard me share this story in the past. And they gathered around the drum and they started singing and praying in a way that I'd never heard before. And it stopped me in my tracks, and I felt that something within me was being ignited, like being activated in a powerful way. I'd already had been connected to the drum. I had worked with a lot of drum medicine. I've been carrying a drum since 1998, so that's a long time. That's 27 years. And so, but something new was emerging. So as it was emerging, I was paying attention and following. Now this is where we have landed. So I met the woman who was the founder of the Sisters of the One Drum. And she was the one who was sitting with her sisters around a ceremonial drum, and they were chanting and they were praying in a way that I'd never heard before. The second time that I went back to Hawaii, I met her. She doesn't even live in Hawaii. This is how weird this is. She lives in California. But the second time I went, I never was introduced to her. I just had that experience and I brought it home. When I went back in May, I actually met her. She actually was invited to be one of the facilitators to an experience that I was having there on the island. And so then I got to meet her and I got to tell her, wow, you have no idea what you've done for me. You've connected me back to my drums in a really beautiful way. And I'm beginning to teach women how to pray with their drums and how to be in sacred union with their drum. And so it was just such a divine connection, and the connection was made through Grandmother Susan, who is an elder, who is a mentor to me and someone who I love and adore. And she was the one that introduced me. She was the one that invited Sewa into this offering as we were traveling around the island, learning about all of the sacred wisdom of the island, and she brought the medicine of the drum. So I got an opportunity to meet her, and so Sewa and Grandmother Susan and I have come together. Spirit has called us together in a really beautiful way to begin to create opportunities for women to come to the drum and to learn sacred songs by song keepers of many different nations all over the world. Japan, we've got Australia, we have Europe. So many wisdom keepers, so many song keepers, all women who are going to be coming on a monthly basis to share their songs with us. And each song keeper is going to share 4 songs. And these songs are going to be gifted to us so that we can activate circles around the world to begin to pray and to begin to bring healing to our Mother Earth, to all our relatives, whether they're 2-legged, 4-legged, creepy crawlies in the ocean, in the skies, wherever they are, all of the earth, to Mama Gaia, to all of it. And so we have started. Our very first one is going to be the first Thursdays of every month. And I created a Facebook page, an event page, just yesterday. I put it up kind of quickly because I wanted to make an announcement on the Awakening World, which Bob and I were guests last night, and I wanted to announce this. So I'm announcing this here, and I'll be announcing it in more places as we go along. So June the 5th is our first Sacred Song Keeper event, Heart of the Drum, Voices of the Women. That's what this series is called. And this is hosted by the Sisters of the One Drum. They are a non-for-profit organization, and you can look them up online to find out what they're about. So we have started Thursday. We've picked our date. I have a Facebook event where you can go to the Heart of the Drum. Do you have a photograph of that? Did you get anything?
You didn't
Okay.
send me anything. So
All right.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I thought you were asking me about those things, and I thought you were just getting them. Okay. I'll have to make sure that I take care of my own things before we come on a Sunday. So yeah, I don't really, I thought I had something to share with you, but I don't in that way. But go on to Facebook if you're interested, if you're a woman and you would like to be a part of this series. It's called Heart of the Drum, Voices of the Women. And it's an event that I've created, and my Facebook page is public, and you can go to my page and look, because I have shared the event on my page. So go there. I'll make sure that next week I have all of the details, because I guess I just need to make sure that I take care of those things. So please come and join us. There is a fee. We want to be able to support the women that are coming to us, these grandmothers that are coming. We want to be able to support them. And we also want to be able to support 2 nonprofits. And that would be the Sisters of the One Drum, which is Sewa Valencia's organization. And then also the Riverside Inn, which is Grandmother Susan's organization that also hosts Grandmothers Circle the Earth. So I think maybe... Oh, look at that. Lisa, power to the Lisa. She got it on here. There you go. There's our first one. So the first song keeper is going to be Sewa Valencia. I'm going to be posting some videos on this particular event page so that you can witness her. She's powerful. She's powerful. She's been calling women together for a long time in Southern California. But now it's time for us to take this into a bigger way, to bring it to the women. And the drum is speaking to us. So I just want you to know that if you feel called to this, please come and register. I don't have a link up yet. We're doing it all really fast. Seba's going to get me that link today because it has to be connected to our nonprofit. But I want you to know that it's time, for the women to gather around the drum. We're going to create beautiful opportunities. And then in the spring next year, a year from now, we are going to gather together on sacred land and bring all of our drums and sing these songs together in sacred community. So exciting. Get in there if you have an interest. Put some comments on this chat, or else go to the event page. It's totally public, and you can put some comments in there and let me know of your interest. So really excited about it. Heart of the Drum, Voices of the Women, coming to you, and very, very excited. Thank you for receiving me. Thank you, Bob, for doing that.
So we're going to go, if we get everything in, we're going to go over a little bit, but if that's okay. We can take our If you want to hang with us on a special day, we're going to do Bob's Comedy Corner, and we have a final song if you want to stick around for that.
Okay, wait a minute. One real quick thing.
Okay.
So if you don't have Facebook, because I just saw a post where they said, I don't have Facebook, put your, if you're on, well,
That's Jacqueline saying that. I think Jacqueline knows how to reach Lisa or us.
yeah, reach out to Lisa or just give me your email address because we're going to be communicating through email.
You don't have to put it publicly here, but I think you know how to reach us.
Yeah.
Email, text,
Yeah,
whatever.
but anybody who doesn't have Facebook, you can DM me on, well, you can't DM me on Facebook. You're not on Facebook. Put it in the comments here on YouTube, and I'll make sure that I add you to the list. Or, that would work.
All right, there's Anthony Rodriguez is in the chat there.
Hello, Anthony. Oh, my goodness, Anthony.
He's
I have to talk to Anthony. He is a master drum birther, and he helps to bring, these beautiful animals, and carry that legacy of the animal into the voice of the drum. And so Anthony's going to be working with. He's actually on the board of Riverside, and so Anthony's going to be working together with Grandmother Susan to bring more drums into the world. Yay! So it's beautiful. Thank you, Anthony, for being here.
All right, it's time to switch gears. Not switch gears. We talked about joy. What brings you joy? For me, it's laughter. And so I can't think of a better way to celebrate that type of joy than...
It's Bob's Comedy Corner. Sure to be wah. Bob's Comedy Corner.
So I really didn't want to do jokes about Earth Day, didn't want to do any jokes about Passover, but I am willing to do jokes about Easter specifically, okay? Especially the commercial version of Easter, all right? And so here we go. Pooki, you ready to be, you and Keone going to be my straight man and straight dog?
He's ready.
Okay, here we go. And so, what do you call a mischievous, or it's a mischievous egg?
What?
A practical yolker. Yolker.
Remember, this is good for your kids.
Why did the Easter egg hide?
Why?
It was afraid. Well, it was a little chicken.
I like that one.
What's the best?
Candy like that one too.
What's the best place to eat Easter brunch?
I have no idea.
At IHOP. Did you hear about the chicken that just didn't give a damn anymore?
No.
Yeah, he was fresh out of clucks. Did you hear about the Bad Bunny that got in trouble at school?
Bad Bunny.
Yeah, Bad Bunny. Sounds like the name of a band, doesn't it? But no, he got egg spelled. He was that bad. Oh, and the Easter Bunny was actually interested in studying medicine.
He was.
Yep, so he attended Johns Hopkins University. Now I have a whole lot of musical Easter jokes here. Did you know there are a lot of famous people over the years had Easter versions of their songs?
No way.
Whitney Houston.
Okay.
Yep. Oh, I want to dance with somebody.
Silly.
Jefferson Airplane. Don't you want somebody to love? Don't you? The Pointer Sisters. I'm so excited.
Oh my gosh.
And I just can't hide it. If nothing else,
goodness.
I'm gonna find my joy by laughing at my own jokes, even if
Do
nobody
it,
else
babe.
does. I don't need your approval.
I don't need your laughter. I don't need your approval. This stuff is funny to me.
Okay, Queen.
Okay.
Can anybody find me somebody to love? Okay. ZZ Top. She's got eggs. She knows how to use them. Okay.
What?
Dire Straits. Bunny for nothing and your chicks for free. That's got bunny and chicks all in the
Right.
same line there. That's pretty good.
Oh
This
my
is a little more obscure, but Radiohead. I'm a peep. I'm a weirdo. Steve Miller Band. Whoa, take the bunny and run. Woo-hoo-hoo. And then there's the Supremes. Hop in the name of love. This is a singing,
my gosh.
singing version. Just two more. All right,
you have a
Commodores.
good voice.
Commodores. She's a chick house. That's Mate. And finally, one of my favorites. I always leave one of my favorites for the end.
Okay.
It's an obscure artist,
Okay.
Carl Douglas. Ready?
All right.
Every bunny was kung fu fighting.
Oh, but we all know that song.
Yes, we just don't know the
We
artist.
just don't know who
It
sang
was
it.
probably a one-hit wonder. All
I'm
right,
sure.
there you go. That's it for Easter.
Oh my gosh, Kung Fu
Sunday.
fighting. That's
It's Bob's Comedy Corner. Should do be why. Bob's Comedy Corner.
I hope that brought a little joy to your soul here. All right. And so we have time just to play one more song. And this is a song from our old choir. We still have remnants of it, but when the choir was bigger, like 10 plus years ago, we recorded an album. This is an original song. Seems pretty appropriate.
yeah.
This is called
Rise.
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 Pretty appropriate for Easter, right?
Awesome song.
And so
Yeah, I wish we had a choir that could do this again.
I
So
know.
awesome.
it was like an
an
anthem. Yeah, it was an
Yeah, it was
epic song.
anthem. Yeah, wow.
So you just kind of have to imagine seeing a group of singers singing this in a
Yeah,
live
one time we had
setting.
42 people singing in
crazy.
our choir.
So with this video, go ahead and post your takeaways. I will be able to highlight your comments while this song plays. Then we'll come back at the very end and say goodbye. So here's Rise from what was then called the Gateway to Agape Choir, original song that we wrote and produced. Here we go.
There are times in your life when you lose the spice. The tank is empty and there's nothing going right. At times like these, you must believe now is the time for you to get up and rise. Lift your soul to the sky. Open up and you'll fly. Spirit soaring so high, so high, let it rise. Lift your soul to the sky. Open up and you'll fly. Spirit soaring so high, so high, let it rise. Rise, 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 so high, let it rise. Rise, rise, high, so high, let it rise. There are times in your day when it's not okay. You know the truth inside, there is a better way. You can beat those blues if you just choose. Now is the time for you to get up and rise. Lift your soul to the sky. Open up and you'll fly. Spirit soaring so high, so high, let it rise. Lift your soul to the sky. Open up and you'll fly. Spirit soaring so you let it rise? Won't you let it rise? Won't you let it rise?
Oh yeah!
Won't you let it rise?
Oh yeah!
Won't you let it rise?
Oh yeah!
Won't you let it rise?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Rise, lift your soul to the sky. Open up with the fire. Spirit soaring so high, let it rise. Lift your soul to the sky. Open up with the fire. Spirit soaring so high, let it rise. Lift your soul to the sky. Open up with the fire. Spirit soaring so high, let it rise. Lift your soul to the sky. Open up with the fire. Spirit soaring so high, Let it
Unmute. All right, we can. Where? You can hear
Thank
us.
you.
There's
Kathy was saying that when she was in St. Louis, she came to CSL.
Yeah, she used to see
And,
us there. She
uh-huh,
may have heard that song. Who knows?
Yeah.
Live.
Yeah, you may have heard it. You may have heard it live. So thank you, Kathy, for being here. Yeah,
I'm glad you're still connected with us, even though you're in Atlanta. Mm-hmm. That's so awesome.
it is.
We've come to the end here, so we're going to actually head off to that very church, Center for Spiritual Living. That's where we play.
The building.
We're not
gonna go
huh?
to the building. We're the church. Remember?
Yeah, we are the church.
Yeah.
Yes,
So we're gonna go to the
we're,
building,
we're not performing there this today, but we're going to just go and celebrate with our friends there.
hang out because we got it. They have a new minister. And
Yeah.
so just kind of like wanting to check it out, see what's
Absolutely.
going
We don't-
on.
yeah.
It's all good.
So happy Easter, happy Passover if you're celebrating that, and an early happy Earth Day.
Yeah.
Remember,
it's coming this
you
week.
are the church.
2 days, 22nd.
What are you going to let go of? What's coming forth? Identify those things and have an amazing week.
All right, Evelyn, my heart opened and I'm elevated. Yes.
Yay. All right. Love you
right.
all. See you soon. All right. Bye-bye.